LPG shortages is being reported from across the country and particularly commercial sector. Now, what really is happening is that a lot of people are turning towards firewood in traditional way of getting their fuel. Well, experts warn that smoke from these fuels release harmful particles that is going to eventually damage the lungs, raising the risk of COPD, asthma and infections. Of course, it has a deep bearing on the air pollution aspect as well. Here's more.
3 दिन से सिलेंडर खत्म हो रखा है सर।
फैमिली वाले दिक्कत हो रही है, खाना नहीं मिल रहा सर।
People are switching to wooden things, right, which is causing a lot of pollution.
प्रदूषण भी सर होता है, लेकिन क्या करें, मजबूरी है।
कई बार तो आंखों का पानी नहीं सूखता, इतना होता है धुआं।
इन्वायरमेंटल हैजार्ड तो है ही है सर, आम लोगों की जिंदगी को बहुत बुरे तरीके से इफेक्ट कर रहा है।
Well, it is a crisis that has arisen amidst the war in West Asia, a fallout that one perhaps wouldn't have expected. Indians are now moving to use firewood instead of liquefied petroleum gas, courtesy the shortages caused by the war.
जो हमारे प्रोडक्शंस हैं वो तो अभी गैस पे हैं, क्योंकि हमारे पास कुछ बैकअप है, तो 2-3 दिन और मेरे को लगता है खिंच जाएंगे। अगर उसके बाद अगर रहा तो मेरे को लगता है कि फिर तो जो कि पुराने चूल्हे हुआ करते थे या फिर अपने डीजल भट्टियां जिसे अपन बोलते हैं, वो सब हमें चालू करनी पड़ेगी। AQI जो जिसे कहते हैं अपन, उस पर इफेक्ट आएगा। और दिल्ली के ऑलरेडी आप हालात देख चुके हैं, दिल्ली में क्या चल रहा है।
Well, the shift towards firewood has been reported in several areas and mostly roadside food vendors. Difficulties in accessing LPG cylinders and rising costs have forced them to revert to traditional wood-based cooking methods. Experts say such a transition could undo nearly 2 decades of progress made in promoting cleaner cooking fuels. Firewood combustion releases several harmful pollutants, including carbon monoxide, a particulate matter PM2.5, black carbon, all of which contribute to poor air quality and increased respiratory diseases. The carbon footprint of firewood is also considerable. Burning just 1 kilogram of firewood releases roughly 1.8 to 2 kilograms of carbon dioxide or CO2. If a household or commercial kitchen burns around 100 kilograms of firewood, it could release nearly 200 kilograms of CO2, significantly adding to greenhouse gas emissions. What about the impact on health then?
First, you have to understand that what does traditional fuel or wood or cow dung cakes and all those biomass fuel causes? It causes indoor air pollution. While we have been so long worried about outdoor air pollution, indoor air pollution becomes all the more important, because then person is exposed for longer period of time in closed environment. So our country was doing very well in terms of providing clean fuel to our households. So we can go back to that era in which women in households are again developing respiratory illnesses just because of using traditional fuels. Traditional fuels let out a lot of smoke, particulate matter, carbon monoxide, which can give rise to respiratory disease, which can worsen pre-existing respiratory disease. Not only that, it can also affect cardiac health. A population who has pre-existing lung disease like asthma or COPD, they are more vulnerable to indoor air pollution, because that will lead to exacerbation of this illness, leading to more increase of medication, more increase of nebulizer or inhaler, increase in number of hospitalization.
Investing in solar power today could help cities avoid a future marked by rising pollution, worsening health conditions and further loss of green cover. Well, that report brings us to the end of this edition of Health 360.